Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys another long-awaited news daily video. Now, for everyone that hasn't been following me on Twitter, I'm going to explain where I've been these past few months. To keep things real, you guys, I've been in a dark place. I've been feeling a bit depressed. I've not been feeling good about my work. I've been feeling this sense of burnout as well because, I've been making content on YouTube now for like over 5 years. And, considering that you're constantly just following the game, like every weekday, plus following the game on weekends, it does take a bit of a toll on you in the end. And, in the end, I'm someone where I have to feel authentic about the work I'm making. I can't just grind out like crap and put it online. That's not who I am, that's not what I'm about. And to be honest, the videos that I was trying to make, I just wasn't feeling good by because I just wasn't in that right mental space. So right now I've been trying to like heal, work on things, get my diet right, get my mentals right and stuff like that. And I love what I do and I need to feel good about what I'm doing. So I'm hoping to just slowly get that momentum and routine back in check right now. And today, you guys, with this story, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to, try and build that routine again. So in today's news daily video, we're going to discuss a really interesting story suggesting that we have agreed to sign a new centre-back from Fenerbahce called Attila Szalai. And in today's video, I'm going to break down the validity of these stories. I'm going to break down the player's game by giving you guys a player analysis as well, plus giving my thoughts and opinions at the end too. So I hope you guys definitely do enjoy because this has been a story that's been doing the rounds this past few weeks. I've been hearing his name Attila popping up time and time again, and I felt like it was a perfect opportunity to break down what I think is happening right now. So I hope you guys definitely enjoy this video today. If you're happy to see me back, if you want to see more videos and you guys show us some love, show us some support, smash that like button, help me get over 1,000 likes for today's video. And without wasting any more time, we have to kick things off and we have to break down where this story is coming from. So the story comes from Turkish publication CNNTurks.com, and they're reporting that we have agreed a fee of up to 23.4 million euros to sign him, and we've offered the player a 6-year deal plus a contract up to the value of 4 million euros per season. So right now, that seems like a bit of a bargain considering the ridiculously overinflated fees that players are going for in the market modern day football. But regardless, you guys, let's get back to the story because it does state in the reports that only an agreement has been made. Now in football, you guys, in this transfer business, clubs are constantly agreeing fees with players and these deals don't necessarily go through. So could that just be that CNN Turks have got some information behind the scenes that they're revealing to us potentially? But at the same time too, you guys, it's not the first time I've heard reports of us being close to signing a player from the Super League. If you cast your minds back to before Edouard Mendy became one of the best goalkeepers in the world playing for us, before he was even at this club, reports in Turkey suggested that we had agreed a £30 million fee to sign Trabzonspor's Turkish international goalkeeper Ergin Çakır, and where is he right now? So that's what I'm going to say to that story. Let's give it some time. Let's wait to see if Matt Law can, vouch for the story as well. But for me, maybe I'm not so surprised because at this point in time, we do know that we are having a situation with our centre-backs and trying to get these guys to sign new deals. At this point in time, it seems that the most likely departures from our club is going to be Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger. So I guess it's no surprise that we would be in the market looking to find a replacement for Rudiger in the team. For me, you guys, this is a very interesting story, but I'm sure you guys want to know who exactly is Attila Szalai, how good is he, why is a random player like him being linked with us to begin with, and right now I'm going to break down everything for you guys to give you the best info behind his game and what to expect from him if he does potentially sign. Now, since Attila Szalai signed for Fenerbahce from Cypriot team Apollon Limassol, he hasn't looked back and his career has been on the rise. He is a Hungarian international football player who stands at 6'3", is 23 years old, and he is known for his physicality, he is known for his pace, and he's known for his great footballing IQ, and of course his defensive nous as well. Currently for both the Hungarian national team and for Fenerbahce, he plays on the left hand side of a back three, so instantly you can understand why his name is doing the rounds right now, and you can see why he would be of particular interest and value. Back in Hungary, he has been seen as the Hungarian Van Dijk, And the reason behind that is because since he has become a mainstay in the Hungarian national team, he has had a transformational effect in their defense and how they play. During Euro 2020 in particular, that's when he was of particular interest to many clubs from across Europe, because that Hungarian team had an amazing tournament in my opinion. Now yes, they lost 3-0 to Portugal in their first opening game, but considering they were in that group of death, they got draws against France and Germany, and it was that game against Germany, a 2-2 draw, in which Attila Szalai really just stepped up and really announced himself, and he put in a fantastic performance. Now, like I said earlier, considering the position that he does play, it's no surprise that he would be of particular interest for us. You know, of course, that physicality, that pace, you know, the strength, the height. These are all like basic metrics that of course will interest most clubs, but let's look into his game with even more detail. Attila is a left-footed defender, and we know that left-footed defenders come at a premium in the market today. It's all about those passing angles which they open up out from the back, and you know that gives teams that play out from the back, you know, a real big advantage at progressing the ball past teams who are looking to press them in their own half. Attila is technically astute, he is very comfortable with the ball in possession, he's a defender that plays with his head up. And for me, these are like the small little details that you look at to really just get an impression of how good a defender is compared to his counterparts. And by playing with his head up, it really just highlights one of the great strengths behind his game, and that's his progressive passing. You know, he's a defender that won't just play the ball sideways pointlessly playing safe passes. No, he looks to instigate the attack, he looks to set the attack, he looks to play between the lines. And he's very comfortable playing in short distances and over long distances as well. When analysing his defensive game though, he is a proactive defender. And of course, if you're going to play on the left-hand side of a back three, you know that you just can't sit and set your position like what they do at Man United. You have to be proactive, you have to be comfortable and confident leaving your defensive line to give support to your teammates to close down opposition players, to leave your line to, you know, take control, win that possession back and kickstart a counter-attack. These are the small details that a big club wants to see when assessing whether the defender is good enough for them in the first place. Now, when it comes to the amount of duels that he has won, he's scoring over 65% in this category, but for me, you know, it's deeper than that because he ranks very high for interceptions as well. And for me, that tells me things that I want to know. You know, he's an intelligent guy who knows how to snuff out that danger before it arrives. And I like that because I don't want to see my defender getting into constant like defensive battles and duels. No, you know, you need to show that footballing IQ, and I think that Attila definitely does demonstrate that. Now, when he does play as that left-sided centre-back, you get the overloads. He's comfortable stepping up into midfield, he's comfortable carrying the ball forward because this is also a player that has played as a left-back as well. In my opinion, so far, if you had like a checklist of like details and stuff that you want to see in a player's game, I feel like Attila definitely ticks a lot of that. Right now, you guys, I'm going to give my closing thoughts behind the story. And one thing with Attila is that back in his home country, there's been massive hope surrounding him for many years, and there's always been this belief that one day he will be a Premier League defender. He comes from a sporting background. His dad used to be an ex-international player, you know, his mum was an athlete as well. You can understand where he gets his drive and mentality from. And I mentioned, and I really stress this because with everything I've said, you'd assume that, okay, this guy is like one of the greatest unsung players like out there in Europe right now, sign him up instantly. But to keep things real, there are also many other players that can also demonstrate this level of footballing ability as well. Even though he has demonstrated that he does have all of this as part of his game, at the same time, he's still only 23 years old. He's not the finished article. You can only improve upon your skill set. You can only improve upon those finer details. You can only become more consistent, eradicate those mistakes, get more consistent with your positioning, etc, etc. And for me, it reminds me of Antonio Rudiger. I look at Rudiger now, one of the best defenders in Europe. But when we first signed him, he was far away from that. And I don't think any of us would have ever assumed that he'd have the ability to become a world-class defender. For me, those intangibles like the mentality, your willingness to learn, your determination, you know, I feel like when you go through Attila's career, he's constantly been proving himself, and I think it was during the Euros where, you know, things really just summed itself up for me. He demonstrated his class against massive international teams, against Germany, against France, against Portugal as well. He's demonstrated that his game can rise according to the level he's playing against, and for me, that's a great sign of the potential that he does have. As I stress, he's not the finished article. you know, but he's not supposed to be right now. It's about whether the club see that potential in him. And I guess considering that there could be a future next season where we don't see Thiago, we don't see Rudiger. This leaves us with Christensen, Trevor Chalobah, Aspilicueta, and I guess potentially that could be Attila and Levi Cole as well, making up a new back five for next season. Considering the age he's at right now, it reminds me of your Van Dijks, who made the move from Celtic to Southampton around the same age. It reminds me of Harry Maguire, who only started playing Prem football at 23 years old. So, you know, football is not linear. You know, players can improve depending on the conditions that they're in and the clubs they're at and the tactics they're playing in. So I definitely think on paper, though, that he does have something very interesting about his game. And all I can say is, let's see how this story develops. So you guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving, and later on there is going to be a reaction video where I react to his game, so you guys stay tuned for that for sure. So on that note, I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.